something. You know how it goes bright? Like, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Edie.
I'm Judy. And together we're the Rainbow Grannies. Yay! We're here. We're just jumping off of TikTok Live that we do at 8 in the morning Eastern Time, Saturday and Sunday. And now it's 9 o'clock Eastern Time. We jump on to YouTube Live. We're here to uplift the LGBTQ plus community. We are part of the LGBTQ plus community. We have Edie and I met about 10 years ago at a women's music festival. And the first time we met, I was really afraid of her. But the second time, the year after we met, we really clicked. We hit it off. And Edie just followed me everywhere I went. That's my part of the story.
Let's see if I can fix this little hunk of hair that's looking wild.
Look at that. We're fixing our hair in the mirror here on YouTube. There we go. She's so cute. I think you're so cute.
Oh, that's just because you.
So we're looking for folks from TikTok. We'll jump over here, and we're hoping other folks. I'll push your notification, and to come here. So Kate is here. Hi, beautiful lady. Hey, Kate.
Hey, Kate. How you doing? Thank you very much for joining us. So we were over on TikTok having a good time talking a lot about the different prides that are happening right now. This is Pride Month. And we're going to go out today. We just haven't decided exactly which one we're going to. I think we're going to Lawrenceville.
Yeah, I think we're going to go to Lawrenceville. It's nearby. And then if we feel like kicking it some more and traveling around, we've got plenty of others to choose.
I feel really tired, though, already.
I know. It's hot out today, and we're older. We older people.
Yeah.
And somehow, I always loved it.
But I think once we get out, we'll be all energized.
I think so.
That's what seems to happen, too, is once we get outside, we get all energized. Yeah, as long as it's not 90 degrees and that sun's beating down on us and everything.
And then I want to be in the Dunkin' booth.
Yeah. I wish you'd either get in the Dunkin' booth or forget it.
Yeah, well, I looked them up, and Dunkin' booths are something like $400 to rent.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad?
No. Okay. If we wanted to even have a get-together or whatever, I think it would be worth $400 for us to just dunk you all afternoon.
Yeah.
Everybody take their turn or whatever.
I just whispered my sweet stuff.
She told me my nose needs clean.
Chrissy's here in the house, and Wesley, hello. And Kate said, yeah, I'm doing really good today. So come on in and, reduce the chat and click on the thumbs up so we push the algorithm out that way. Things happen when you're over 60. A lot of folks say, oh, they can't wait. They want to grow old together with their partner like we are. We didn't grow old together. We came together just under being old so that we could fall in love with each other enough before getting old.
It'd be acceptable. It's just acceptable. It's okay. It's all part of the entertainment, You
need more? I'll get you more. Yeah, you're very good at entertainment. I'll get you more.
Yeah, so let's see. This week I went fishing this week. I went fishing at this little tiny pond here in Pittsburgh, and I caught the cutest little tiny bass. He was so cute. I'm glad I didn't really get him. I just got him a little bit, so I could throw him back in and he could live to swim. And what else did I do? I went and hung out with the senior gay people because, they have a senior gay group here in Pittsburgh where, I went, and it was real nice because it's nice because you hang out with a bunch of, it's probably the same as hanging out with like a bunch of straight people, but no, it's not. It's not. I go to these, I would like Judy to take more time and go with me too, but I go and like there's all these older gay people at this get together. And it's funny because they're making little jokes and everything, which are jokes that probably the straight people don't get, or they either find to be completely offensive. They make like just little jokes, like one of the guys that was there, he said something about he would like to have some men working around his house. And I laughed because I thought, I'd like to too, but I think we were looking at it two different ways. He's looking at it that he'd like to have some men working around his house, but I was looking at it, I could use somebody to paint the shutters, just, things like that. So Amanda's saying here, I let my partner all the time. I can't.
Wait.
See,
we gotta somebody type da 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 because we have a bunch of emojis on here and we can't see behind them to see what Amanda is writing. Hey Shanty, good morning. You made it over. And Talkies, hi. You made it over. Amanda, okay, I tell my partner all the time I can't wait to go through menopause with her. Oh my. Oh my. That's gonna be fun. I'm hot. I'm cold. I'm hot. I'm cold.
Hey, you know what we found about it? I mean, I don't know how true this is because, I mean, this might be like what ends up being the headline of our moment here. But like if I'm really, really hot, and I'm having like one of them really, really hot flashes, she gets cold.
Right. It means like, it sucked all the heat out of the air.
I suck all the heat out of the room. And then the other way around, like all of a sudden she'll be hot and I'm sitting there with a blanket on.
Right.
It's like, it's funny. It's really, really funny. So we haven't figured out how this happens.
My house too. Good morning to you.
Morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. There it goes again.
Yeah. Okay. So Edie's got allergies. She's fighting here. So there's So Edie had a kind of a fun week. I worked all week that there's really not much fun I can talk about, except I realized, wow, we went to a whole lot of plays this past week. So we went to a gay play called Fishy Woo Woo. If you live in the Pittsburgh area, this is the last day of this play. Fishy Woo Woo is a gay play, lots of fun. It's very funny and it's and something everybody will recognize something about their own lives in it. It's really great.
So we also, one of my buddies, or our buddy, Faye, which sometimes Faye pops on here, her and I went out on an adventure. And it's really nice because I'm an adventurous kind of person. For one, I got this really nice Ford Ranger that I love, and I mean, I was so honored for Faye to invite me to go out with her on an adventure that I took the truck and had it washed in the morning and wiped down the dash and everything, made it look nice and took out some of the garbage in it. And so me and her went out and we explored. And we went down to these places near the river and back through the back roads and up over the hills and stuff. And I love doing it. So it was nice for, So Faye was looking at this really nice piece of property that's located by the river. And I mean, it was just like a dream come true for us to be able to think of some place like that where you could fish and relax.
Kayak.
Morning, Sandra. I also saw where they got jet skis for rent down here in the Pittsburgh River. And I sent that link to Megan and Lance because I know Lance is all excited about, being outdoors now.
Yeah, we were going to do jet ski once, remember? We talked about it.
I'm okay now. I'm okay. Now that I realize I can't swim well enough for that.
See, and I never told you that. I was like terrified of doing it, but I would have gone if you wanted to go because I thought I can't handle a machine like that. I'll fall right off. But I would have done it and I would have hung on.
Well, that doesn't mean we still won't do it because I look at it as if we have the opportunity to be like in the Bahamas or down in the, somewhere like that, we may want to do it. You know what? I was kind of curious about this. So I didn't get to ask you. Something else came up on my Facebook this week.
Yeah.
And it had to do with cruises. And there's a cruise being booked by a lot of the lesbians, right? So there's one of them that are being booked to Alaska. And they're dropping off at about 4 different ports, and you get off and you do some exploring and all that kind of stuff and then come back.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that's going on to like the Bahamas area and you get off there and do some. Out of both of those, which one would you like to do?
Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the Bahamas, you can kind of go on any cruise to do that. And I kind of look at the lesbian cruise. It'd be real nice to go someplace. Bahamas, we could go on our own.
Yeah.
Alaska would be
tougher I saw where we can get a room there. And the cruise is only $3,000 something. And it's a thought, I mean, but the problem is, it's not just the $3,000 for the cruise. It's like all the adventures that you do.
You have to pay for that too.
Right. And but then what I thought of is, I mean, it's nice to be cruising on an Alaskan ship or whatever, but they wouldn't have like all those swimming areas and I think the boat would be different. Where if you go to the Bahamas, they're all made for like playing on the outside and having fun. So
yeah, I guess I'm thinking the Bahamas, there's all kind of resorts we can go to that we can get there on our own. And that's why I'm thinking of a cruise being someplace we wouldn't go on our own.
I don't know. Let's see.
So
So
There
what do you
have
guys
it.
think? Do you think of Bahamas or Alaskan cruise? So I was just curious to see how you. Hey, and do me a favor, everybody that's in here, can you minimize your chat? Click on the thumbs up, and let's bring some thumbs up here. Help that algorithm or whatever.
And Sandra's here in the house. Hey, Sandra.
So okay, Wesley
Wesley would
says
say Alaska.
So do you think it because of just with us trying to fit into the world and make us as normal as possible? Would you rather be on a gay cruise or would you rather be on just a ordinary cruise where people are people? Because even if you go on, say, a straight cruise, something's not right. Even if you go on a straight cruise, there's not going to be anybody on there that's going to, I mean, they may feel whatever way they want to feel, but they're not going to walk up to you and say, hey, you lesbian, what are you doing on this ship? They're not going to do that, so I just wonder, and I think it's cheaper to go on a straight cruise.
It seems like it's cheaper to go on a straight cruise. What do you all think? I mean, I feel like I'd want to be on a lesbian cruise just because I know I can be myself and we can have fun and be campy and all that stuff. We're spending all that money. I don't want it in the back of my mind.
Feeling uncomfortable.
Oh, well, if I go and do this and if I want to kiss Edie, is it going to bother somebody or we're going to be uncomfortable or is Edie going to be uncomfortable? Well, if we're in a...
Oh, mercy. We can cruise around the neighborhood. I'm good.
There you go. Well, see, Michael says he wants the gay cruise.
Yeah.
I mean, they are more expensive. Got to save up more money to go on them. This is true. And I don't think they give senior discounts because it's only people who are seniors who save up enough money by then to be able to go on a cruise.
Right, because only young people are going. They going as honeymoons and stuff. Let's see.
Yeah, Sandra, I went to Alaska, but through the Lewis and Clark Trail. We ice fished and caught steelhead salmon. It was fun. I think I agree about the lesbian cruise.
Yeah. So you steelhead salmon. See, I've gone steelhead fishing, in Erie. I wasn't lucky enough to catch any, but I saw a lot of them in the water. Erie, there's a certain time of the year where it gets really good up there with the steelhead fishing.
Yeah. Now, we were in Hawaii because I went there for work, and so Edie came out also for the week to vacation, and we stayed for a few days afterwards, and we had a blast, and people were all very friendly around us. We were having our honeymoon there, and we were just kind of ourselves. I don't remember looking over my shoulder and being afraid.
Oh.
Once we were vacationing. Yeah. West I hear Alaska is beautiful. I know. I mean, there's so much. So now you got Alaska on my mind. There's so much I'd like to do. There's so many things I'd like to do in Alaska that I know physically I'm not fit to do now. See,
that's the problem. That's the problem. I was seeing the cruise and everything, and they were, talking about they're going to dock here and dock there so that you can go out and do excursions and adventures and stuff like that. And I just don't know if physically
that we can do that.
Right. I mean, I can't climb the mountains and hang out at the volcano. I mean, I could rent a car, but they were also talking about the price of renting a car. I guess you can rent a car for a decent fee, but parking is very, very expensive.
Yeah.
Because there's no parking spots because nobody drives.
Then there's Iceland. I want to go to Iceland too. And when Disney said rent a car, because I thought we could rent a car there, and there's like a typical road that you can drive all the way around to see all the hot springs and everything, and that would be really cool.
Right. So anybody have any topics they'd like to talk about? Because, we're willing to talk about anything else. We can switch off of vacation wannabes or whatever and talk more about it. It is Pride Month and the opportunity for people to come out and say what they want to say and say let the world know who they are. I wonder how many people actually go to their first Pride and make that big decision while they're at the first Pride that this is what they're going to do. They're going home and they're telling.
I wonder, because you go to Pride, it's like a great pep rally.
Yeah.
Everybody's gay, everybody's out, you get to see everybody with everybody. Let's see. So Sandra says Hawaii welcomes everyone. Such a different way of life there. Aloha means living in harmony with the people and land around you. Mercy, sympathy, grace, and kindness. Thank you, Sandra. Very cool. Yeah. Yes, we'll be in Hawaii again.
Right. Maybe next year for Pride, we'll set us up a booth.
Yeah.
And we'll do like a coming out booth.
Oh,
You know,
what will people do at that
this
booth?
be their opportunity to come on out. You know, come on out, and we're here to support you. You know,
That
maybe
sounds cool.
Right. We'll steer them in the way of P flag, or steer them in the way of, you know, the mom hugs. You know, if they can get enough of them from us, and any other organization that might be able to help them.
That'd be cool. You know what? And
that way we'll have a tent. We won't have to walk around out there in the sun.
Right. Well, and then I was just thinking we could meet the organizers of these prides and see if we can hang out at the welcoming tent. And then we don't have to pay for a tent. And we can still do the same thing and be in a tent and welcome people and point them out to where they got to go.
Well, you know what? We missed, I guess we were invited to do that with Hugh Lane.
Oh, yeah?
Because Hugh Lane's organization, they really want people to like hang out and let people know about the Hugh Lane organization, along with about the Trailblazers, which is the older lesbian group, so that, you know, other people realize that we're there. Thank you very much, Share It Away, from following us from TikTok. Good morning, Surviving Anything. How you doing?
Man.
So I'm just out asking Wesley, how's his hip doing?
Right.
Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. Yeah, did you? Oh, no, I can't mention that. That was a whole nother subject.
Because your mind jumped from subject to subject?
That was something else. Anyway, come on. Tell me something.
Tell you something. So I'm talking about, you know, I've been talking with Edie and other folks about how Pride used to just be one big Pride parade in the city. And we would wait all year for that Pride Day, and we'd tell our families, don't plan on any kind of family function, like no weddings, no anything important like that, because I won't be there, because Pride is my important day. And not that I really had skipped a wedding, but things like that have happened. It's like, I had to say, all Pride is this date. Everybody knows it. Don't plan anything. And that's the only day of the year. That's my big celebration. And now we get to go to all the neighborhood Pride.
Yeah.
So it's really
every
different.
Little
it's
neighborhood's
really cool.
having them. Hey, I see where Shandy said.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I went to my first queer speed dating event, hosted by a dear friend of mine here in Baltimore.
Woo,
now that sounds like a pretty good time. Boy, I tell you, I mean, I'm not looking for a date, but boy, I would like to be there to watch it. You know, to see how, you know, queer speed dating. I'm sure it's about the same as straight, but I don't know. I'd just like to see who shows up, because all we ever see is the speed dating things on TV. So, Shanti, tell me, did you meet somebody there that, you know, took your interest? Somebody that got to take your card home and all that kind of stuff? Tell me. I wish you could talk and you could say, you know, yeah, Edie, man, I met a girl and she was hot. Go ahead, tell me all about it.
We're waiting.
Bated breath. I've seen the speed dating on TikTok. No, we have not seen the speed dating on TikTok. No, but I would like to.
Yeah. I never thought a gay dating game would be a fun game too.
I don't know, but I can't wait to see. Let's see.
Yes, my last
date. Okay.
Oh, Shanty,
so
cool.
tell us, Shanty, what was she like? You know, like, are you going to go out again? Did you tell her we'd like to meet again? Did you just leave with her and go have coffee? Did she move in this afternoon, or what exactly is going on?
Well, a lot of people were there. Did a lot of people show up for the queer speed dating? I'd be curious about that too.
Did it involve alcohol? You know, did you have to do a shot and then date the next one? You know, that'd be kind of fun in the old days, you know? Can you imagine by the time you got to the 10th date?
So, yeah, this one looks good.
Heck yeah.
So, Shanty, we filled out a questionnaire. I'll find out in 2 days.
Oh, okay. Okay, I seen that on TV where you can write down 3 different people in that order that you think you might like to see again.
And then you see if they wrote your name down.
Yeah, and then, oh, you know what? I watched that one. Remember that had special needs kids that were dating each other, or not special need. What were they?
Or the autism kids?
Yes. Spectrum. Love on a Spectrum. That's what I watched. Love on a Spectrum. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Watched every episode of it. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I would have I would have made different. I saw that on that. Yes, I watched it too. I would have made better decisions, not better decisions, but I would have gave people a little longer. Like they were just like maybe because I believe in giving everybody at least a second chance.
Yeah.
You know,
You're also older and they were all younger.
I just think that sometimes everything doesn't click right away, you know? And I think that sometimes people can be modified. And I'm not saying changed.
No.
I'm saying
but
modified.
They can be really nervous and not themselves the first time.
Yeah, but I'm also saying people can be modified.
Oh,
if you see something that you like in that person, that sometimes maybe when you purchase them a new shirt, they wear it. Mm-hmm. And so then they've been modified. You know?
So let's see. Is that what you did with me?
I didn't say that. So let's see.
Shanti says there were queer young people on that show too. Yeah, on that show, I Love on the Spectrum. And then Shanti saying there were some older people on that show. Tawanya is here. Good Saturday morning. I missed you ladies on TikTok. Work from 6 to 4 a.m.
Wow. Good morning, Tawana. Good to see you.
So who else is anybody? Boy, I'd like to even hear some comments. You know, I would once this is recorded, and if you're watching the recorded version, I want to know if, in the comments if you've done speed dating. That would be really neat. I tried to do speed dating once.
Really?
Did I tell you? Yeah. The Gay Community Center in Pittsburgh had speed dating. This is, you know, of course, long before I met you.
Yeah.
But after my last marriage ended, and I tried the OkCupid online. It's like I wasn't really meeting anybody I wanted to get involved with. And, you know, I made some friends and that was about it. But I tried to speed dating and it didn't work out because Pittsburgh, I don't think they do that. So there was like nobody there. It was there was just like a few people there. So we didn't even need the speed dating. We could just like chat.
Mingle, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and they tried. I mean, I was really excited, thinking, "Wow, maybe it'll be a lot of people, and wouldn't it be great?" And that's kind of why I was curious in Baltimore, were there a lot of people there? Because speed dating works. I mean, if you only got 10 people, I think it's kind of difficult. But if you've got like tons of people,
Shanti had 4 dates.
Wow, so it must have worked out pretty neat then.
So, Shanti, I'm sure nobody's watching here. You know that you went out on. I want to know, date number 1. What was a good thing about him? Was there anything good about the date number 1?
And where do you live, Shanti? We could go on live with you and learn all about their speed dating thing.
It's too bad it's all the way to Baltimore, or we'd go peeking through the window.
Even though I have been missing you live, I've listened to and commented throughout. Yes, no, we appreciate that too.
Sandra.
Okay, Shanti says, you ready? What did she say?
She had a beautiful smile, and that's nice. That's nice. That can warm you. Okay, now date number 2. What was a good thing about, or maybe she should tell us a bad thing. What was a bad thing about date number 1? Since we know what a good thing. I want to know. Nobody knows her but us. You know, she don't know. They don't know who she's talking about. Ooh, I can't wait. Let's see. I never did. This is Tawana. She's saying, I never did speed dating. I will see you ladies tomorrow. Need to get back to sleep. Okay.
Have a good sleep.
Thank you.
Happy dreams.
Yes. Make sure you watch us and share us with your friends.
So let's see. Okay.
Ooh, okay. I want to know, since she had a beautiful smile, date number 1, what was a negative thing about her that made you move on? That made you
maybe they have another date set up.
Maybe. Like, well, she doesn't yet. You can't have another date. You have to fill out the paper.
Okay. Yeah, but once you she didn't get the date yet. You weren't on a date yet. You're just saying what attracted you on her. Right. Okay, on a speed dating thing.
Yeah. So
okay. I'm sorry, I'm catching up.
Well, maybe
I'm catching up.
You know, I don't know. Maybe they say, I watched that one commercial that comes on. It's pretty good. And the guy and the girl were out on. Let's see. Here's Shawnee says, I told
her when my birthday was, and she told me that her ex's birthday. My daughter said, red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes things spill out of your mouth before you stop it. You know, like that wasn't a very smart thing to say.
I think there's something like that with us too, but I can't remember what it is. See, so whatever it is, it's not like it bothers me that bad that I, you know.
But it might still be there somewhere
It's
in the corner of your mind.
Somewhere way back in there. You know, so date number 2. What was a good thing and what was a bad thing about them? I'm really looking forward to this.
Enjoying this, yeah.
So what was I talking about?
Before the speed dating?
No, right now in between reading her. I can't remember.
Oh, well, you were saying that there's something that was similar to,
oh no.
To I don't know.
Anyway.
If I even were to remember, do you think I would remind you what it was?
Okay. The last date ended up being her best friend and was much better match.
Ooh, interesting. So best friends went out together.
Well, I don't think they should be mad about it unless she really liked you and you end up picking her best friend.
Yeah.
You know, but I can understand where best friends would go on that because I would go with somebody. Right. And then afterwards we can go have drinks or coffee or something like that and talk about, so what'd you think about her? What'd you think about her? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what happens if like best friends like the same person? Do they have to like make an agreement before they go?
Oh, I know what I was talking about. I was talking about that commercial where it's a car commercial and they go out on a date and they're sitting there and the guy starts talking about he forgot his wallet. And then he says, "Sugar mama." And she says to her car, "Pick me up here," or whatever, because showing you that the cars are so new and so neat that the car will actually drive up beside her, and all she has to do is look at him and say, "Excuse me, I'll be right back." And she goes, gets in her car and drives away. But like he forgot his wallet, and he's a professional air drummer, and you know, I mean, and she's just sitting there like, "What the heck did I get into?" But then she's got a car that comes and gets her.
Come to her.
Yeah, take her away.
Drive away.
Yeah, it's a cool commercial.
Yeah. Sandra shouldn't need someone. Shouldn't meet someone and then the first convo talk about exes. Yes. Somewhere down the line when getting to know each other, yes, but not in the first.
You know, it is tricky though when your birthday and the ex's birthday is on the same day. You know? Okay, what it is it's my ex-husband's birthday and somebody you have is on the same day.
Oh.
Let's see. Second date, I carried most of the conversation and we talked about our children. And she asked me how many I had. I said 4. Whoa.
She said, "Wow, that's a lot." But she has 2, which is only half.
Well, how old are they? This is what I would ask. How old are your 4 children?
But that's because your kids are grown. You wouldn't want to be with somebody whose kids aren't grown yet.
No. But if they're like all over the age of 19.
That's okay.
Yeah, it is. And they live somewhere else.
Because we're grannies and not...
I remember going on a blind date in Florida. This is from Wesley. I remember going on a blind date in Florida and just couldn't wait for it to be over.
Because they didn't have those cars yet that you could just talk to it to come and get you.
Well, I went on that one date and I can't believe that. Now, I just told somebody else about this not too long ago, only because I joined that senior group, and that one lady at the senior group reminds me of the lady that I went out on a date with that told me to lose her number. And so I really want to ask that lady, are you the lady that I went out with before and you told me to lose your number? And then I told somebody and they said, yeah, you should ask her. Oh, I told Lavender.
About
Cheryl. And Cheryl says I should definitely just say it. But if she says yes, I am, then I'm really going to feel weird like every time I see her. You know, it already feels weird because the whole time, you know how like you'll look at somebody and try not to look at them and then you look and think. I mean, because it was at least probably 15 years ago or so. So, and I only saw her twice. So 2 times I saw her 15 years ago. I can't tell if it's really her or not, but
just to know that she was the rude one because, you know, everybody knows you could date and you both know, oh, it's not working and let's just, not date and everything's fine. But you don't, you just agree not to date. You don't say, lose my number.
I mean, we all know I could never do nothing quite rude enough to
Yeah, really have to do that.
To,
hey, Jared's in the house. Hey, Jared, baby sleeping?
Oh, my goodness. Welcome back, Jared. It's been a long time. Let's see.
We missed you.
Okay. They're all grown-up kids. That's it.
Yeah, 20, 21, 18, and 14. My eldest is getting ready to turn 22 in a week and a half and lives in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah. Those grown kids. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with having some grown kids. Those might help you.
And then Sandra is saying, my kids are very much my world. They are 13 and 26. And Wesley, going back to the blind date he had, he was such a narcissist, all about him. Then he asked, as we were leaving, and he asked about a second date.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he didn't get that second date, huh, Wesley?
I actually feel I do have I want to try to make this better where I feel like we weren't really on a date. We were just basically meeting each other to see if there was any kind of chemistry. And we met one time, we had maybe a sandwich or something, nothing special. And then she must have contacted me to meet again or something. Or maybe I contacted her, I don't know. And we met again and maybe had a sandwich or something, but it just didn't end nice, And so then I'm just wondering, is that woman? And if it is her, it might make me not want to be hanging out with the senior group no more.
Yeah, really? Because I was thinking it should be the opposite. It should be her backed away. Because it was so many years ago, you just laugh at it now and think, man, well, you really...
I'm embarrassed. Because she said lose her number.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Shouldn't be you to be embarrassed. That was rude. She was rude.
You're right.
That's not you. Rude. It was her. She was rude because you would never say that to somebody if you weren't interested in dating. You would just say, well, this was fun,
Right.
Have a good,
Yeah, see you later.
See you around.
Then just don't answer the phone or something,
So Wesley said, yeah, he didn't go on that next day. I don't know. I couldn't get a word in edgewise.
Shoot.
And Jared saying, I miss y'all too. Life has been chaotic, starting to finally slow down.
I'll bet Jared and his baby and everything. Hey, Melanie, short music. Thank you very much.
Hey, Ricky. Ricky's in the house. Agrees. Good morning to my favorite lady.
Thank you very much. Anybody that hasn't taken a chance to minimize the chat and click a thumbs up, please do that. Share that. So what else?
Yeah. So I was thinking, that Shanti and Sandra talking about their kids. And if you date people with kids, by the time I met Edie, I thought, if I date, I'd like to date somebody who has kids. I was thinking grown-up kids, just because of our age. It never occurred to me that they would have, little kids. But I said, they've got kids, they've got to be close to their kids, because I met a lot of people, a lot of moms who aren't close to their kids, which is really hard for me because I am real close to mine. And so then it seems to be hard for them to understand or just the difficulties. And I was just older and didn't want the difficulties. I could choose now who I date before I go and fall in love with someone. So I met Edie, and some folks might remember the story. I met Edie, and she lived in Ohio. I lived in Pennsylvania. And we were talking on the phone, and we both knew about each other's kids. They were all grown up. We were on the phone, and suddenly Edie says, "Gotta go. That's my daughter calling," and hanged up on me. And I thought, well, this is good. She's real close to her kid. If she'll hang up on me because she got her daughter calling, that's fine. We're going to get along fine.
I am a nut when it comes down to my kids. I got them over the hill saying, help me, and they need me. And so I'm there, but they don't never need me. They're never over the hill. It's just that I'm always worried that's what's going to happen.
So, but the point is that you're there, and they know you're there any time of day or night for them.
Right. My daughter gave me a card one time that it actually said on there that she knows at 2:00 in the morning she could dial my number and I'm going to answer and say, what do you need? What's wrong? But things are different now that I'm retirement age. I'll sleep right through that phone call now. She better call a couple times. If you're in jail and they give you one call, you better look at them and say, my mom's over 60. She's almost 65. I'm going to have to call her a few times before she hears the phone.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll understand that, because it's not like, I'm just blowing you off. It's just going to take a couple times for me to answer it.
So, and Shanti, as far as date 2, that comment turned me off. no second date for me.
And then
That's good.
Wesley says,
that is why I am such an advocate for the Trevor Project, a place for the youth who have nobody. There we go. And I guess so. This is, and I want to go back to something Sandra said. Oh yeah, my kids are very much my world, 13 and 26, and yeah, and that's nice, I think. But yeah, 13
you can
and 26.
be a little. I mean, you got to be able to let them go though too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm worried about that because my mother and my grandmother were too close.
Yeah.
They spent so much time together, and I may think they were too close, maybe not, but they were. I mean, they loved each other very much. They were so close that if one of them ordered a lavender jacket, the other one ordered it in gray, the same jacket.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, they went to dinner, and I mean, they'd leave their husbands at home. They were just, you know, so I feel like when you're in a relationship too, like I feel like my dad kind of got cheated in the relationship with my mother because she spent so much time with her mother that he was just kind of like home. And I'm sure he made his choices, you know, but it would have been nice for them. But she loved being with her mother so much that she didn't mind the fact that her husband was at home by himself, you know, and so I think. Yeah. And so then I worried about that with me and my daughter because we were so close, you know, that I was real concerned with because of watching my mother that I wanted to make sure that I did not do that to my daughter and keep her so close that, you know, that she ended up not a life, right? That she didn't have her own life. Now that she's gotten to be, I'm 33 or so, and she has a really nice job and she's got a fiance, she definitely has her own life. Yeah. Yesterday she left out of town. I have to ask her, you know, when you coming back? What you doing? You know. So
that is great. Yeah. For me, what I would like with my daughter is just to have sometimes an alone time together, one day together, one afternoon together, and we're just, you know, just ourselves. Sometimes the best time of a visit, because she would visit and be seeing all the family and all the friends and everybody, that I would take her to the airport and we would have time to have like 45 minutes to just sit down and have a cup of tea at the airport and talk, and we'd just unwind from everything going on and just chat with each other, and that would be real nice.
And see, and me and my daughter, we have a good bit of that time, and I think it's really nice. Like we'll take off and just me and her go fishing, or me and her go shopping, or just whatever we do, and it's just really, really nice to be able to spend that one-on-one time, you know, together. So
another thing my daughter and I do is we video work together because, you know, she lives overseas. So we video work together. We'll put the video camera on and we're just working. And then every time, once in a while, we'll take a break and say hey to each other. And then we're working. But it's like she's in the room. And I learned this from another friend of ours when her, you know, a friend lives in Pittsburgh and her daughter moved all the way across the country. And they would set up a coffee date. And they would both each go to the coffee shop and then put up the video on their phone and they chat with each other at the coffee shop. Yeah. And I thought that is a really cool idea.
So I've got to make sure I mention this. I do have a son too. And my son lives in Florida and he's married and I have a little grandson by him and everything. But it seems to be that with men, there's a difference in the relationship than there is with women. You know, I mean, you guys can tell me what you think there too. With sons, it's just different, you know. So I don't hear from him as nearly as much as I would like to, or as much as, you know, I do from my daughter. It just if a day went by and I didn't hear from my daughter, I would have her over the hill saying, help me, Mom. But if a day goes by and I don't hear from him, it's just like he's just on with his life.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, it seems like a few things. Boys grow up, you know, not just at home, but by society. Like they grow up and go to be in charge of their own family, and that's where their priority is. But the other thing, we hear all the time about codependency, that women tend to be codependent and men tend to not be codependent. This is just talking generally speaking. So a public health problem among lesbian couples is the codependency. They said that was the number one public health problem in lesbian relationships.
Yeah.
And so
Ricky says he wishes his mom and his dad were still around. My favorite memory were eating together and going to the movies. Yeah, Ricky, we totally understand that. Shanti says, my oldest daughter is my sidekick. Wherever I go, she wants to go. But there is a balance. We do spend time in our own friend groups. See, that's what I'm saying, Shanti. I love being with mine too, but it is important that we spend time in our own groups.
Survive anything. They boys don't call, but they do text every day, so I know they're alive.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
At least yours text every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wesley's I miss my mom. It will be 14 years on the 28th. She and I would go for breakfast and movies, etc.
Yeah, yeah.
My house too says, yes, Sundays are different.
Yeah, they are. I mean, no matter how, I think, but you know what? There is a thing with that, though. I think it's, and I could be wrong because every once in a while I am. I think it's real important to raise them to be able to take care of their business. And I think I would hate to think of being married to a man, and every time you turn around, he got to call his mom and say, "Mom, do you think it's okay if we do this?" Or, "Mom, I would want you to be independent enough, But I mean, even with my daughter, she doesn't do that. But there are people that have sons that do that, It's like they can't, think without mom saying.
Yeah. And then with daughters, like I know, the one, I have an aunt where when she would go dress shopping, she would want her daughter or daughter-in-law or somebody to come and check out the dress she's getting. And then it would be the guy in the family said, "Oh, why do you need that? You just pick out the dress, you like it." And it's like they don't understand. Women want to work with each other and give each other ideas, and we just have women have a different kind of relationship.
But
with
see,
one
I've
another.
gone. It's been a while, but I've gone dress shopping, or I mean, anytime I actually go by myself like that. If I try it on in the fitting room, I've taken all kind of selfies, and I'll send them to throughout the family, so everybody can tell me which one fits nicer, which one they like better.
Yeah. And so Wesley's saying, "Oh, trust me, Michael is a mommy boy." And I don't know, guys, you can let us know if we're on track here or not. I noticed I noticed gay men in particular putting on Facebook or other social media all the great stuff they're doing with their moms. And so we say a mommy's boy, but it seems like the gay kid in the family may be the neediest, who understand other people need stuff and need help and find them often. But then I don't know. Then I would also see, well, I would have an uncle who's straight, and he was often helping out his mom. And it's because he didn't have his own family he had to tend to. And so he could, and so he could be there helping out, mom the most and all of this. So I guess it varies. I sometimes started wondering, is it what would make gay guys so often, and maybe it would just be that a lot of guys look after their mom, but just the gay guy would talk about it because talking about feelings.
But I think the straight guys
broken some taboos.
I think the straight guys are so busy taking care of whatever their wife and doing their stuff, and watching a game or making friends, with their friends and stuff, that the gay guys have more compassion. This is what I think: compassion in relationships with their mothers, and I don't know, to have that warm feeling. I mean,
or just if you're raised like is it different for gay guys? Wesley's saying. So that's kind of, I'm not sure what I'm asking Wesley, because I don't want to generalize too much, but it seems like gay people, we grow up and we're needy emotionally because we don't have the emotional support that we need because we're not telling anybody we're gay.
This is true. As little, we can't tell whoever we wanted to tell how we're feeling and who we are.
And so when we grow up, we have that.
Or we've spent that time hiding.
Right.
We spent so much time hiding that we're in such desperate need for somebody to,
Right. And so people who need tend to give what they need. They give to others what they need. And so if they see others who need emotional support or who need help with the groceries or who need help with whatever, we recognize it right away. Some people maybe need to be asked, but a lot of gay people will just jump on it and recognize it right away because they've learned to be compassionate. And so there'd be a lot of people like this, but I'm just talking about gay people right now. But the other thing I wonder if men are taught, Wesley mentioned earlier, of course, growing up being taught boys don't cry. And men are taught not to cry, and men are taught not to talk about their feelings. But if you're gay and you come out, you've broken so many taboos already.
So I've got to read this, and then I've got to comment on it. It says, Wesley says, I mean that she treats him like a child. Have to call if you going out for long. She will say, are you going to wear your coat, etc. Now, wait a minute, Wesley. I totally, completely understand it. That's only because that's her baby boy, and it's so hard for her to completely just let this go. She means no harm. She means no harm. I mean, she doesn't even see that she's still, this is how I feel. She doesn't even see, because I've been accused of this, and this is why my son recently accused me of treating him like he was a child. So I don't ask him, well, but I can understand where she wants to say to him, don't forget to wear your coat. Now, she knows that he's going to wear a coat, or if he don't wear a coat, he's too, it's his fault that he's cold out. But it's just out of the habit of being a mother and being concerned that she would say to him, did you have something to eat today?
She sees him every day, right?
She knows he ain't starving to death. She can look at that man and tell he ain't starving to death, or that he knows his way to the refrigerator. It's just a mother thing that she's saying to him. She means no harm, Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
And like with me, I do it to strangers. I'll be talking to somebody and everything, and they'll say, okay, well, take care, Edie. And I'll say, okay, be good. I don't mean be good. I do mean be good. I'd say Judy's dad. He's 97 years old.
And it's kind of fun when you tell him be good.
And I always say to him, be good. And he looks at me and says, that's no fun.
And Juliana says, yeah, old saying, a son is a son till he takes a wife, a daughter's a daughter the rest of her life.
That's what they say. And I honestly believe there's something to that saying.
Yeah, and Wesley's like, yes, I have heard that, Julie. So
yeah.
So I got tons of theories.
So
I'm theories.
But also, I would think that when you find gay men that are extremely close to their mothers like that, I think that all has part of the I don't know, is it like a DNA kind of thing that where you find a more of a feminine man that would have thing like that with his mother,
or who would express nurturing in that way,
right? Because their mother, like a daughter would be with and a gay son, because of because we know, and we know that you can see a little boy that's maybe 6 years old, and you can see a little wiggle in his walk. Yeah. And you know that this little boy is gay. His parents may deny it, whoever, the neighbor may deny it or whatever, but you can see it. And so that's something that he's developed in him long before mom had a chance to, I don't know, corrupt him or whatever. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the way he's going.
So he is who he is. So he's going to end up, so he ends up being close to his mother.
End up being nurturing that way.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that makes sense. That's interesting. So survive anything saying it's also generational. And Wes is saying, wow, thank you, because I would get so annoyed. I never had to do that with my mom. I was independent most of my life. And so now, explaining what's going on, Wesley, now explaining what could be going on the mom's side. He's like, he's appreciative of that point of view.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She can't help it.
Yeah.
She can't help it. And she means no harm. She knows that he knows to put a coat on. But it's just, there's a piece of her that just, it's having trouble letting go,
Oh, so survive anything saying it's also generational, mom with the gay son, because there's no younger woman taking her place. And they don't see generational. They don't see that the son is married. They just see he's not married to a woman who took her place.
That's true. Mm-hmm. That's true. And that may be, Wesley, you're a great guy and everything. But when she looks at Michael, her son, and I don't know if this is true, this is just what I'm thinking. She may just look at him as Michael, her son, that still needs her guidance. Doesn't know that he has a husband named Wesley that's going to say to him, put your coat on.
I just picked up your coat from the dry cleaner, Michael. Do you need it?
Yeah, you need your coat. Don't forget your keys, your phone, and your wallet.
And Christopher Cooley's here in the house. You just thought I'm listening. I'm just not talking.
That's okay. Thank you, Chris. It's good to know, that you're here.
Yeah.
Anybody that's here, minimize the chat, click the thumbs up. This has been a nice conversation with you, dear Judy girl. Yeah. We only have 10 more minutes that we're going to be talking on here. So if there's anything we'd like to talk about, now's the time to type it. Yeah. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you click the bell so that you can get a message from us each and every time.
Yeah, and we put up a video. I want to also thank all of you because I was stumbling through this idea of not wanting to make a generalization or a stereotype, but really trying to understand and get to the heart of the situation. I think this conversation has helped a lot.
Right.
So, and I know sometimes, I don't know if it's still like this, but I know it certainly used to be a young woman who comes out gay and she gets together with her girlfriend and they can make a commitment and all of this, but they're young and they may be in their 20s, that their parents still try to control her life because they don't see her as being independent. She's got a husband now.
Right.
And I think it's because they see handing her off to a husband who now takes care of her, never looking at her as being someone who takes care of herself. And because she's in a relationship with another woman, it's like they're not acknowledging that.
Oh, well, even with straight couples, like when you see my daughter and her fiance, and one of the things, I probably do things that just totally, completely annoy her. She's just polite enough that she doesn't say anything to me. But I mean, just like yesterday, the furnace broke, and I was wondering about, I asked her, did you get your furnace fixed yet? And she had said, no, but Lance was going to go pick up a part and to me, it was just like, wow, Lance is going to pick up a part and put the furnace together. It's like, that's pretty handy.
Like she's got a partner.
That's really nice. Yeah. Because I'm thinking I've got to help her. In my mind, I'm thinking I have to help her figure out how to fix her furnace. And what she needs to do and who she needs to call. But I don't have to because she has someone to lean on. So I think it's just as mothers, it can be really awkward for us and difficult.
Yeah. I thought another thing of we have each spent a good amount of time raising our kids as single mom.
Right.
And so in being single moms, we had to take care of everything and learn how to take care of everything and want to teach our kids how to take care of things.
And how to be totally, completely independent. Right. So that if it's winter out, they know to put the coat on. Hi, Olivia.
Hey, Olivia. Olivia's here. So, but yeah, I mean, that's a big deal, I think, because I know I certainly raised my daughter to be, I knew that my anxiety level would go down if the more I knew my daughter could take care of herself.
Right.
And yeah, I even remember the first time, my daughter went to college, got a degree, she got a job in her field, because normally we get a job that's not in our field, right? We just get a job. And so she's certainly done plenty of that. But the first time she got a job in her field and it had health benefits and it was such a normal thing, I went to sleep with such a...
And that's the same thing happened
with me. And I didn't even realize how much tension was in me until I thought she can take care of herself.
And that was the same thing happened with me. When both my kids were able to get good jobs where they had health care and they were chilling and everything, taking care of their business, making their car payments and the rent and everything, I was able to be like, they're going to be okay. If today is the day I lay down and close my eyes forever, I know that they'll be okay.
What a shame it takes us so long, because in the animal kingdom, like the lions teach their cubs how to hunt.
You got to kick them out the nest.
They teach them pretty young how to hunt.
6 weeks in, man, get the heck out of the nest. But we're so busy pulling them back in the nest, trying to make sure they're all safe. Come back over here to the nest, make sure it's okay.
And my mom would say, I want everybody in the house. It's just everybody. I don't have to be with you and know what you're doing and all. I just know you're in the house. Everybody's safe.
Oh, I'm so crazy about that. We live on a cul-de-sac, and I would love to have her daughter and my son and all of them, all living right here in this neighborhood, so that I could stand up here at the top of the hill and look down and see if everybody's doing okay. And how come you was out so late last night? You do something?
And that's why they won't buy a house here.
Was anything fun going on?
So let's see. And Wesley's saying if she's like Edie, she probably can fix it herself. But it's nice that to split the chores. Yeah,
and she doesn't have to.
Yeah,
she can either count on him to help fix it, or she can afford to call somebody and they can fix it, and that's a nice thing too.
There you go. Survive anything. So that is a nice thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and we get to
right.
Survive anything. While my in-laws spiritually disagree with things, they do love and accept me for their daughter. I strongly believe that the way I'm able to ensure she's cared for is a huge reason for that.
Right. And so I know too that I think part of us too is knowing that I have Judy to care for me and Judy has me to care for her. You know, if I need or she needs, it's going to be okay. So it's good to know. Yeah. My kids know that I'm going to be okay. See, Sandra said we spent quality family time together, but they also have their friends
and their own
activities. That's good, Sandra. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good. Sometimes, I mean, I'm friends with some of the people on my daughter's and my son's Facebook. And sometimes I feel like I should unfriend their friends because
so you don't know what they're all doing.
Well, I just feel like that's their part of their lives.
Oh, okay.
You know, and it's like, I don't know. It just sometimes I feel like I shouldn't care or I shouldn't know that it's her good friend's birthday. You know, let me say, hi, Carissa, happy birthday. You know, but I don't know. But I've known her since she's a little kid too. So maybe it's okay that we're all Facebook friends.
Yeah, and they could block you if they didn't want you there.
This is true, but it would hurt my feelings.
Know. Well, they could block you when you don't know they're blocking you.
Okay, maybe.
Their stuff wouldn't show up on your news feed.
But yeah, I guess
unless you're looking and searching them out.
No, I'm not doing that.
Sandra says many of my older daughter's friends call me mom and come home for dinners or picnics, etc.
That's nice.
You know, and it was like that for me growing up. We would survive anything.
She blocks her mom's friends.
I blocked my mom's friends.
All of them. Okay. I suppose you want to be my friend, though, huh? Go ahead, be my friend, and I'll be your mom's friend. And then me and your mom can talk about you. Well, damn. I know that's right. I know that's right, sweet Marie. Well, it turned out today has been a very nice chit chat with you guys. We've had a good time and everything. We're going to get ready and head out to Pride because there's all kind of food trucks out there just screaming my name.
It's going to be time to eat.
Hey, Rainbow Granny. And I say, what food truck? Don't you want one of these fancy tacos and some of this Mexican street corn? Oh, hell yeah. Bring it on. That's what I want.
Yeah, we better get some cash this time. If nobody took credit card last time.
We don't need no cash.
Oh. Yeah. Somebody going to forget her wallet. Somebody else got a card that she can call up if they come get me.
You going to the Juneteenth event? See, I wanted to go down there too, but I know it's going to be in the sun too. And then we got to find a parking spot and everything.
Yeah, but we're going to have 2 Juneteenth events in Pittsburgh, and so we'll probably hit one of them.
Yeah, but I'm going to celebrate today. We're going to celebrate today.
Yeah.
2.
And survive anything they did at the Drag King show. Drag King show tonight. Boy,
let me make sure I say something about this.
Okay.
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
You know, this is an opportunity. Any of you that don't know about Juneteenth, this is an opportunity to take some time out, Google it, find out. But this happens to be when the slavery was over.
Right. That the whole country got to find out about it. It took a while to travel across the country for word to get.
Yeah, they couldn't just send out a Twitter or something like that. It took a while. So it's you know, look at it any way you want to, whatever. Happy Juneteenth. Make sure you do something kind for somebody today. You know,
Let me give a shout out to Dana, who just came in and said something here too. So, hey ladies, how you ladies doing today?
Yep.
So
I think I'm gonna have a little pride parade out here in the neighborhood. You know, maybe me and you. I should get a drum. We should just beat our drum and record it and have a pride parade right here on our street.
Okay, do I get to beat a drum?
We should contact the people that live down the bottom.
Yeah, and have them meet us, and we go down that way.
Yeah,
and then they can carry us back up the hill.
Yeah, or drive us up. Hey, take care, everybody.
Have a great day. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Happy Juneteenth.